nice to see you all again. I hope you're enjoying being at home with your grown-ups and you're staying in and staying safe. So this week I went out on my bike and I made a very special delivery to all of our preschool boys and girls, and hopefully by now you've all given your teeny tiny caterpillars a name. Now this is my boys and this one is Frank. Hello Frank! And this is my little girls, and this is Tickly Thomas. He's a little bit smaller. And in here, 1, 2, 3, 4 caterpillars, and some of them are really long, and some of them are quite fluffy, and they're all different, all growing at different stages. And hopefully over the next couple of weeks we'll see them grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and one day they will change, they will transform, and it's called metamorphosis, and they're going to change into what's it called? What do they change into? Do they change into bigger caterpillars or to something else? Well, I think this book will tell us the answer, and I thought we'd start by reading this story, and then luckily for us, our other preschool teachers Jenny and Jenny are going to read a story too. So shall we start? And this story is called The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and it's a book written by a man called Eric Carle. In the light of the moon, on a leaf lay a little egg. One Sunday morning, up came the sun, and pop, out of the egg came a little caterpillar. He's very tiny and he's very, very hungry. So he set off to look for some food. On Monday, he ate 1 apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate 1, 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 1, 2, 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 1, 2, 3, 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. Wow, you're not going to believe this. Look at all of that. Georgia, like to say hello?
Oh, I got spoiled.
You have come for playtime. On Saturday, he had a piece of chocolate cake, an ice cream cone, a pickle, a slice of Swiss cheese, a slice of salami, a lollipop, cherry pie, a sausage, a cupcake, and a slice of watermelon. And and that night he had bellyache. The next day was Sunday again, and the caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf. And after that he felt much better, and there he is on his branch. Oh look, now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a great big fat caterpillar. But he did feel quite tired. So he built himself a house called a cocoon, and he went to sleep for 2 whole weeks. And when he was in there, he grew and he grew and he changed. And when he pushed his way out, he nibbled and he pushed and he nibbled and he pushed, and out came a beautiful butterfly. And hopefully that's what's going to happen to our caterpillars. So I'm going to go now, and I'm going to leave you to enjoy a story about the two Jennies, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. But stay at home, be good, and stay safe. Bye now!
Hello boys and girls! We've come to read you a story today. I hope you're all being good at home for your mummies and daddies, whoever's looking after you. So I hope you enjoy the story. And the book we have chosen to read to you today is The Paper Dolls by Julia Donaldson and Rebecca Cobb. And it's the same author that wrote The Gruffalo. We like The Gruffalo. So let's begin. There once was a girl who had tiger slippers and a ceiling with stars on it, and a butterfly hair slide which she kept losing, and 2 goldfish. And a nice mother who helped her to make some paper dolls. There were Ticky and Tacky and Jackie the Backy and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with the bow.
I had 2 noses, one down through there.
That's funny.
Why did you have 2 noses?
I don't know. They danced and they jumped and they sang. And they met a dinosaur who called and roared and said, "I'm going to get you." Oh, there's the dinosaur. The paper dolls sang, "You can't get us, oh no, no. We're holding hands and we won't let go. We're Ticky and Tacky and Jackie the Backy. And Jim with 2 noses and Joe with a bow." And they jumped onto a bus and rode to a farmyard and danced with the pigs.
That's where the pigs.
I know. Then they lay on a rooftop and stared at the stars till a tiger slunk out of his den and he crouched and snarled and said, "I'll leap up and catch you." Oh, the tiger's going to get them all. Uh-oh. But the paper dolls sang, "You can't catch us, oh no, no. We're holding hands and we won't let go. We're Ticky and Tacky and Jackie the Backy and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with the bow." And they floated. Where are they floating to? Down the stairs, and they danced round the honey pot and kicked crumbs and explored on an island. Oh, they're exploring an island there on the plate. Till a fierce crocodile grinned his grin and gnashed his teeth and said, "I'm coming to crunch you." Uh-oh. But the paper dolls laughed and sang, "You can't crunch us, oh no, no. We're holding hands and won't let go. We're Ticky and Tacky and Jackie the Backy and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with the bow." And they hopped into the garden and they sniffed the flowers and chatted to a ladybird. And they lay down in a forest of grass. But along came a boy with a pair of scissors and he said, "I'll snip you." And he did. He snipped them into tiny little pieces and he said, "You're gone forever." Oh, that was mean. But the paper doll sang, "We're not gone, oh no, no. We're hand in hands and we won't let go. We're Ticky and Tacky and Jackie the Backy and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with the bow." And all the pieces all joined together and the paper dolls flew.
Did the girl cry?
Into the little girl's memory, where they found white mice and fireworks and a starfish soap and a kind granny and the butterfly hair slide and more lovely things each day and each year. And the girl grew into a mother who helped her own little girl make some paper dolls. They were Poppy and Pinky and Binky the Blinky and Fred with 1 eyebrow and Flo with a bow. And they jumped and they danced and they sang.
Oh, yeah, wait. 1 eyebrow, where?
That one, that's got 1 eyebrow. And that's the end of the story. Thank you for listening to our story. Why don't you get your grown-up to help you make some paper dolls at home, maybe? That'll be fun. Anyway, we're all missing you at preschool and we'll see you soon. Bye!
With the Jolly Postman, children. Here we go. So, this is a story called The Jolly Postman by Janet and Alan Alberg. And it is one of my big girl Freya's favourite stories. Once upon a bicycle, so they say, a jolly postman came one day from over the hills and far away with a letter for the 3 bears. There they are. 1, 2, 3. And here's the letter. Here's the envelope with the address on the front. And here is the letter. And it says, can you see it, children? Dear Mr. and Mrs. Bear and Baby Bear, I'm very sorry indeed that I came into your house and ate Baby Bear's porridge. Mummy says I am a bad girl. I hardly eat any porridge when she cooks it, she says. Daddy says he will mend the little chair. Love from Goldilocks. P.S. Baby Bear, come to my party if he likes. There will be 3 kinds of jelly and conjurer. Conjurer. Think she means a magician. So the bears read the letter, except Baby Bear. The postman drank his tea, and what happened next we'll very soon see. Off went the postman, toodaloo, in his uniform of postal blue, to a gingerbread cottage, and garage too, with a letter for the Wicked Witch. There he is in the forest. Oh, children, here's another envelope with the address on it. Let's have a look. Let's take it out. Oh, Hobgoblin Supplies Limited. Everything for the modern witch. I think it's called an advertisement. Delivered to your door or den, covens catered for. Oh, and there's lots of things here that witches can buy. There are things like deadly lampshades, nice and gloomy. There is an easy clean non-stick cauldron set. And what else have we got? We've got a Halloween boot available in sizes 4 to 14. Put that to one side, children. Let's carry on with the story. So the witch read the letter with a cackle of glee while the postman read the paper but left his tea. It was green. Oh, not green tea, children. Not my favourite cup of tea. Soon the jolly postman, we hear tell, stopped at a door with a giant bell and a giant bottle of milk as well, with a postcard for guess who. There it is. Here's another envelope and it says, Mr. V. Big, Mile High House, Beanstalk Gardens. Oh, there's a very nice stamp on it, children. Let's have a look at this one. Postcard. Here it is. And it says, Dear Giant Big, having a nice time, me, my mum and your hen, what lays the golden eggs. It's better than traveller's checks. Saw a bloke as he was flying down, he was bigger than you. I've took note of his address. Take care of yourself and your talking harp. I'll be back for that one of these days, I shouldn't wonder. Bye for now, your very little pal, Jack. Children, I think that's about the story, Jack and the Beanstalk. There he is, there's the next page, children. So the giant read the postcard with baby on his knee, and the postman wet his whistle with a thimble full of tea. That's the next page. Have a look at that. Very nice. Once more on his bicycle, the postman rode to a beautiful palace, so we've been told, where nightingales sang and a sign said, "Sold," with a letter for... Who do you think that could be, children? I think she's got a glass slipper on her foot. She's called Cinderella. And here's her letter. Here's the envelope with the nice stamp on it. HRH Cinderella, the Palace, Half Kingdom Road. Oh, wonder what this one says. Oh, here it is. The little book there, little booklet. Oh, it's a long story about Cinderella, children. There was once a young woman named Cinderella who had a cruel stepmother, 2 cruel and ugly stepsisters, and a father who was not around much. One day the postman arrived with an invitation to the royal ball. The stepmother and the sisters got dressed in their finery and departed almost at once, leaving Cinderella alone. She couldn't go to the ball. She had nothing to wear and no transport. Oh dear, she couldn't even go on the bus, children, like we do. Can you see this? There she is, poor old Cinderella, looking rather sad. Luckily at that moment, Cinderella's fairy godmother dropped in. Finding Cinderella in tears, she worked her magic and sent her off to the ball, in a beautiful gown and a golden coach. But be back by 12, she said. The magic stops at midnight. So Cinderella went to the ball and had a marvellous time. She ate lots of little sausages on sticks and danced constantly with the prince, who obviously admired her. Then, just when things were going well, the clock struck 12 and Cinderella had to run for it. The prince was inconsolable. That means he was quite sad. Until, that is, he found one of Cinderella's glass slippers, which cheered him up. The next day he went looking for a young woman whose foot should fit the slipper, meaning to marry her, if she'd have him. All the women in the town, young and old, and even the ugly sisters tried on the slipper, but without success. Then, finally, Cinderella tried it on, and it fitted, of course, and that was that. A few days later, Cinderella and the prince were married. Telegrams of congratulations arrived from every corner of the kingdom, and the newspapers were full of the event. Fairy tale princess, the headlines proclaimed, which, on this occasion, it must be said, were really no exaggeration at all. The end. Children, what a lovely little booklet to have in this bigger book. And here's another thing. Oh, it says, "Dear Princess," it's a little letter for the princess. "We at the Piper Press hope soon to publish a little book for younger readers in celebration of your recent marriage to HRH, Prince Charming. A copy of this book is enclosed for your approval. We trust this somewhat shortened version of your Highness's most marvellous tale will not displease you. We also trust that you will be comfortable in your new home and live happily ever after. Your humble servant and loyal subject to be, Peter Piper, Managing Director of the Peter Piper Press." That's a tongue twister, children. So on to the next page. So Cinder's read her little book. The postman drank champagne, then wobbled off on his round again, and again, and again. Oops! Here's the page, children. There she is, Cinderella and her prince. Later on, the postman, feeling hot, came upon a grandma in a shady spot. But Grandma, what big teeth you've got. Besides, this is a letter for... What do you think this story's all about, children? Does that look like a grandma? I don't think so. Let's have a look. Oh, here's the envelope again. It says, B. Wolfe, Esquire. Care of Grandmother's Cottage, Horner's Corner. And it says in the top corner, urgent, in capital letters. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's a letter, children. Here, it says Meeny Miny Moe and Co. Solicitors, Alio Buildings, Tow Lane. Telephone number 12345. Dear Mr. Wolfe, we are writing to you on behalf of our client, Miss Riding Hood, concerning her grandma. Miss Hood tells us that you are presently occupying her grandma's cottage and wearing her grandma's clothes without this lady's permission. Please understand that if this harassment does not cease, doesn't stop, children, we will call in the official woodcutter. And if necessary, all the king's horses and all the king's men. On a separate matter, we must inform you that Messrs. Three Little Pigs Limited are now firmly resolved to sue for damages. Your offer of shares in a turnip or apple picking business is declined. And all this huffing and puffing will get you nowhere. Yours sincerely, Harold Meany. Lovely. Lovely letter from the solicitors, children. Nobody wants to get one of those. Unless it's good news, of course. So Grandma read the letter and poured the tea, which the not-so-jolly postman drank nervously. Oh, got a little bit of a shake in his hand, children. Bit worried about that grandma. Now the jolly postman, nearly done, so is the story, came to a house where a party had begun. On the step was a bear with a bun, but the letter was for Goldilocks. There we go, children. Oh, it says, please do not bend in capital letters in the top corner. To Goldilocks, 24 Blackbird Road, Banbury Cross. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, children. It's a birthday card. It says, 8 today, birthday wishes. Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Carry it in on a beautiful plate and light up the candles. Today I am 8. To Goldilocks with love from Mrs. Bunting and baby. Oh, children, very nice. And look, Mrs. Bunting's put some money in the card. Very nice. Right, next page, children. So Goldilocks put the pound note in the pocket of her frock, of her dress, children, and the postman joined the party, and they all played Postman's Knock. Have you ever played Postman's Knock, children? It's a game I used to play. And there's that page of the party table. Once upon a bicycle, so they say, a jolly postman came one day from over the hills and far away, and went home in the evening for tea. Oh, children, that is one big page. One big double page picture. Oh. Children, the end. Oh, what a lovely story. My big girl Freya loves that one. Okay, children, we miss you lots. Can't wait to see you at preschool again. Hope all your caterpillars are growing nice and big now. Okay, bye for now.